Hello guys, it's me, Games with Will. On March the 13th, 2023, I hit 500 subscribers. Just want to thank you guys for helping me reach this milestone of half a thousand. Quite crazy that I'm practically half of the subscribers away from making money from YouTube. Well, there were many people that joined while I hit 500, though I couldn't exactly find who those people were due to me not remembering what stream I hit 500. Oddly. Though I am able to say the most active viewers in the channel were within 400 to 500 subscribers. The first person was Houtarou, someone that watched my live streams when I started streaming and brought much interest into the streams. Though he did eventually become less active at some point when I started streaming too. Without him, I wouldn't have been nearly as motivated to make videos and make it to where I am now. You never really know. Maybe I could have given up streaming from the lack of company and things to talk about, or possibly my entire channel. The second was the viewer known as Zarude The Zarude. After viewer Taiceii watched my content, started to be more frequent, and then befriended Zarude, Zarude became much more active in our community. He would normally come to streams saying his catchphrase, "Watching Watcher," which means that he's watching people that own yokai watches. The third is Aarnvnd, a viewer that was very passionate about my content and very friendly overall. He also brought more viewers by sharing the streams and videos. The most memorable memory I have of him is when he says in the stream that he's spam adding his friend, Arachnias, which is quite funny to me. I would say that the fourth is a viewer known as Random Toad. He was the most active when I did my Yokai 4++ streams. A little while after, he was completely silent for a decent while, but he did make a comeback recently. The most memorable moment I have with him is when he was telling quizzes to me, Houtarou, and Zarude. He asked us one question about a cookie game that I had absolutely no idea existed, and was so confused trying to find the answer. Zarude was also failing with me, though Houtarou had an anime moment and said, "Ha ha ha, you fool!" Then gave his answer and got correct. He made many other quizzes during other streams. I would say he definitely made the live content much more intriguing and interactive than it could have been. Fifth was the viewer and homebrew expert, Taiceii. He joined within the 400 to 500 subscribers and blew up on Discord and the channel. Well, I'll tell you the reason. At the time when I had a major issue with my 3DS and it couldn't even turn on, I had no idea how to fix it until he came along and helped me by testing many methods, and we would eventually make the system turn back on. If you didn't know, the issue occurred while I was setting up the app named Homebrew, so I could hopefully stream Yokai Watch too. After that, he basically befriended everyone in the server, being friendly to all the new viewers, being one of the most active members, and being quite funny at times. The person he impacted the most was Zarude, the member I talked about a bit before. He's one of the most OG viewers that still watch my content frequently. Before he came along, Zarude was always so quiet, kinda legendary like how Tony the Memer is now. Though, I can imagine when Zarude found out that Taiceii existed in the Discord, he saw the bright, yellowish pink light of the Divine Paradise reaching for him. Soon after he met him, they talked all the time in the general voice chat in Discord, and even planned videos together. The one thing that surprised everyone was how quick he managed to get to Divine Arachnia rank, which was only 12 days. As well, he managed to make 3 useful emojis in the Discord that everyone seemed to enjoy. I wouldn't have been able to even make this video if it wasn't for him helping me with the 3DS. Now, moving on to the most memorable and impactful moments of the channel. First, the timeline was when I did Blaster's grinding streams and added a new element to all endings, which was the Crank-Kai time. Every 10 minutes before the live stream ended, I would spend the coins I got on the stream and see what we could get. Sometimes we got incredibly rare yokai, for example, Shadowside Arachnias and Shadowside Demona, while other times we didn't. Though, oddly in the end, no matter what we got, we all seemed to enjoy it. In my opinion, the best moment of these ending streams was when I obtained Shadowside Arachnias, which was one of the rarest yokai to ever obtain in the Ona Crank-Kai. When I got him, I yelled black many times because there was a black capsule, then struggled to say Shadowside Arachnias because I always mix up Arachnias with Arachnia. Ever since I got him, I use him nearly every stream I do with fighting bosses, though that doesn't mean that I like him. In fact, the Yokai's NPC has messed up so many times to the point where I don't even remember how many battles were crushed, which I find quite funny. Though without this, the Yokai streams would definitely be less iconic. After quite a huge time skip, during the time of a particular Yokai Watch stream, TheLgameZ found about my content, and that was the start of one of the most frequent members now. If you don't know who TheLgameZ is, here's a quick reminder. He's a famous Yokai Watch YouTuber in the community, mainly known for his fan directs. Before the stream, he was pretty much considered a rival to me, and I tried my best to beat his viewership, which was definitely difficult at the time. So, the stream itself was incredibly important and quite hyped up in my community due to it being the second Yokai Watch 2 stream I ever did. I actually haven't told you what the stream actually was. So, it was the second part to my Infinite Tunnel walking a 1 million yard series. And right now, it is the last due to losing data in the tunnel. Before, everyone was so hyped up since they enjoyed the first one very much. And guess what happened? It got much more popular than my first part, and I had so many new members joining my stream. Before TheLgameZ joined, I was having a great time talking to my viewers and making jokes about the American kidnapping. As well, it broke many records at the time. Then to top it right off, a legendary YouTuber, TheLgameZ, joined the stream. I was shocked. I didn't know what to say, especially since bigger Yokai Watch YouTubers barely ever noticed me. At the end of my stream, I was so overjoyed. And to make it better, he even joined the Discord. Ever since then, he has played a big role in my community, inspiring many others to become Yokai tubers themselves, as well as being an incredibly frequent viewer. At the end of my stream, I was so overjoyed. And to make it better, he even joined the Discord. Ever since then, he has played quite a big role in my community, inspiring many others to become Yokai Watch YouTubers themselves, as well as becoming an incredibly frequent viewer. Eventually, he added me onto a brand new project called the Yokai Watch 4 English Fandom, which had 9 popular Yokai Watch YouTubers all coming together to create and voice many chapters of the game. Without the TheLgameZ, I wouldn't have gone into the special and popular project in the Yokai Watch community, as well as bringing much joy to my viewers that are fans of his. The third and most memorable stream I had was grinding Bony, Komajiro, and Yokai Watch 2. In the live stream, I was incredibly lucky, and there were many viewers chatting, creating many great moments within the 3-hour time period. To start off, we obtained a new viewer named Shifted Catastrophe, or now what he is called EncryptedDystfunction. Whenever he joined, we had the power of the unstoppable, incredible, and overall most powerful luck ever heard in the Yokai Watch community. We managed to encounter 7 Bony Yokai in the stream, which was absolute madness. You may be wondering, hey Will, what is so special about those Bony Yokai? They aren't that rare, right? That is where you're wrong. Specific yokai are to be considered shinies in Pokemon. They are the rarest versions of yokai you could possibly get. I don't exactly know the odds, but it seems to be over a 1 in 50 chance to encounter one, which is how this is so unbelievable to encounter that many in a 3-hour time period. As well, we befriended 3 of those 7, which makes it even more lucky. One quite funny moment was when Shifted went AFK to do something, then I defeated one of the rare Bony Yokai. While on the status of the battle screen, a comment appeared from Shifted saying that he was back. I then checked to see if I befriended them, and what do you know? I did. Another thing is that those 3 yokai I befriended were all of the rare variants you were able to obtain in the area. I didn't get a single duplicate, which was even more wild. After that experience, we named him the Human Noko. Now, that is the end to the most memorable stream section. Let's move on to some of the most vital members that helped a lot of our community. To start off, there was Yokai Watch Fan 32. If you are an active member of my channel and are wondering, Will, what do you mean? You didn't join nearly as much as me and didn't really make anything to help out the Discord. Well, it's a different kind of vital. Even though he didn't join very often, he made quite a big impact on the Discord as well as YouTube streams. Whenever he joined, he would bring so much interest into the streams, bringing up something funny or keeping the conversation going on. This is very important for my channel since it can be quite difficult to think of things to say all the time during streams. Oddly, whenever he was there, he never made it boring. He was kind of like the popular kid in school that showed much leadership to new viewers and just our community overall. Another one, which helped out the Whimsy Valley Discord the most, was JaffaCat. He was the one who created the special mod to change Arachnia's texture to Divine Arachnia in Yokai Watch 2, the original Blasters games, and Yokai Watch 3. If you don't exactly know what Divine Arachnia is basically my profile picture. I created many months ago and thought it really fit me, since my favorite yokai is Arachnia and I was most known for my Paradise Ball attempts. I tried to create some storyline with it, like Arachnia defeated Cat Cradle and experimented with the Paradise Ball, trying to melt it to fuse with many poisons. Then, Cat Cradle took control of him, threw the Paradise Ball and changed his form. Then, after that, he was titled Divine Arachnia, the guard of Cat Cradle, that appears once you defeat Cat Cradle 100 times. Though it isn't actually real, just something that I made up to clarify. JaffaCat also helped me a lot understanding the website Citra, which was the platform that I use on my PC to stream 3DS games. Without that, the streams might have always been so incredibly glitchy, like the Terror Time grinding stream. He did join the streams midway through 400, though he didn't have nearly as much as an impact as he did Discord. I never thought a year ago this would ever happen, and it really made my dream come true of having a playable Divine Arachnia. The third, very important member in our community is Samantha1. They joined during the Lady Arachnia grinding stream, and told me and Zarude tons of valuable information about the lore of Y Academy. We mainly figured out that Main Sornaki was the boss of both Yokai Watch 4 and Yokai Watch My Academy, which meant that Arachnia is gay, an idea that surprised many people in our community, as well as being such a funny moment since we all thought he was straight for many years. As well, I learned where exactly in the timeline Y Academy was placed in, which destroyed all of my theories. Samantha1 is also in charge of the movie night that occurs each Saturday, where some friends of the Discord watch some Yokai Watch movies and the anime for fun. Now, we can better understand what actually happened in the timeline. Without them, I would be giving away plenty more of misinformation about Yokai Watch's timeline, and all of us would never really know what is canon and what really isn't. There are also a couple moderators that help keep the server safe and would notify me if something went awry, which were Mario22Blue and Gionia. Though they didn't need to do much due to all of you being great to each other and near none breaking the rules. Here are some honorable mentions to those of you that watch the streams frequently and kept this channel alive. Simply the Ohio Guy, WH, Cremation, McKing, Pika Yeki, 32 Smackaroons, Pariah Sanctify, Panda Pro, Trip Scorch, Builder Toad, and finally, Goated. It still is quite amazing that we're halfway from making money from YouTube and turning this into an actual job. We managed to get from 400 to 500 subscribers in only 1 month, which is definitely another record broken. Well, once again, thank you all for watching these videos. I really do enjoy spending the time with all you guys, chatting and answering many questions about Yokai Watch. I know this is quite a random place to put it, but here's the countdown to the end of the video. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then finally 1. Well, have a good rest of your day, guys. I'll be having one too, and peace.